Yeah, I've just got one other question. I'll come forward because these guys are standing back there.
Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned one of your teachers. Who is the influence that has encouraged you to do the book?
I've had many influences. I've
You're not one of Dr. Malachi York's people,
I've read Dr. York's stuff extensively. I'm very familiar with his work.
I'm only asking that because I'm not a fan of Dr. Malachi York, something up like that, basically, so I couldn't tell whether you were or were not. Not to say that they haven't made some contribution, but you must be aware that he's doing 100 years in prison without going into the reasons why.
Yeah, he's
anyone that abuses children, as far as I'm concerned, should not be. He's in no position to lead anybody. However, you did not say who your influences were, so I'd be interested to know who these masters.
Yes, ma'am. I'll go into that. All right. First, I have to correct what the sister said. All right. Dr. Malachi York is not in jail for molesting any children. That's misinformation.
Yeah.
So anybody who is saying that is completely misinformed. He's in jail for racketeering. You can Google it. I have it on my hard drive. He was accused of child molestation. Over 200 counts of child molestation. They didn't convict him on not to one. He's in jail for racketeering. He's in jail for money laundering. He's in jail for white-collar crimes. So that's just misinformation. I agree. Yes, he is in jail for 135 years.
I didn't know it was 135.
Yeah, it's 100.
So he's in jail.
Sister, I'll let you speak without cutting you off. Please, let's be respectful. But he's in jail for 135 years. All right. He didn't molest any children. He's not in jail for molesting any children. So I just wanted to correct that piece of information. Now, you're not a fan of him. You have every right not to be a fan
of him. I'm asking who are your influences, please? That's why I want to mention it.
I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into it. You're not a fan of him, and you have every right not to be a fan of him, right? But what I would say is this. Sir Isaac Newton came up with concepts that were overturned by Einstein. Einstein came out with concepts that were overturned by what they call the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. They still teach our children about Newton in school. They don't say, oh, his stuff is outdated. They don't say that. They say, they teach you Newtonian mechanics, then you go to your next grade and they say, well, this is the theory of relativity, and everything you learned about Newton doesn't work here. This overturns all of that. And then they take you in the uncertainty principle and say, well, this overrides both of those. So they don't feel the need to tear down their leader. They already raised that man up, Isaac Newton, to a level of respectability, and they don't tear down their own. Now, our people feel the need to tear down our own people. Why? We feel the need. What's wrong with that? Like, why can't we say, okay, you got Martin Luther King, he was a Christian. You have Malcolm X, who was a black Muslim. You have Ben Ami, who was a black Jew. My wife can verify it. I'm not a black Jew. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite. I do business with them though, don't I? I go in there, I shake their hand, I'm respectful to them. We can differ philosophically, but we can still work together. Because his children, the brother's children who I went into there with them, even though they don't agree with my philosophy, I care about them. I could die 100 years from now. My great-great-grandchildren may marry one of his great-great-grandchildren. I don't want to hold any animosity. We're all brothers and sisters. We have to come up in this together. Let me get to your question. My influences. I'll read it from the Architect book. I pay homage to the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I pay homage to Noble Drew Ali. I pay homage to Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Clarence 13, ex-father of law. I pay homage to El Haj Malik Al-Shabazz, Malcolm X. I pay homage to my father. I pay homage to Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop. I pay homage to Dr. John Henry Clark. I pay homage to Dr. Joseph Ben Yakinen. I pay homage to Dr. Theophilo Obenga. I pay homage to Ira Van Sertima. I pay homage to the architect Madhu Adler. I pay homage to Ashra Kwesi. I pay homage to Anthony Browder. I pay homage to Asa Hillard. I pay homage to Patrice Lumumba. I pay homage to Kwame Nkrumah. I pay homage to Emil Cabral. I pay homage to Robert Luther Amen. I pay homage to Ben Ami. And I pay homage to Dr. Malachi Amadou Atta. And even though I disagree with those people philosophically, all of those people came to this planet trying to help our people. And I respect them for that.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's good.